Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, I have a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that I want to take care of to the Dodge Dakota. So I'm gonna actually be painting some of the back of the vehicle. I just finished the transmission stuff. So we got all that buttoned up, all the seals are now replaced, so we shouldn't have any more leaks. But since I still have it on the lift, I want to put it up and I want to paint some of the undercarriage. There's also some stuff I want to show you in the back that I want to get rid of, partially to do with the spare tire toolkit thing and the part that lowers, whatever you guys want to call that mechanism that lowers the spare tire. It's back there, but since there's a roll pan on it, you can't access it. So I want to remove all that junk. And in order to do that, I'm going to move out the Viper and the S2000, just since we're going to be kind of painting. I don't want any overspray. I don't necessarily matter about overspray on that thing because that's going to be coming all off, all that plastic dip, but definitely the Viper has to go out. We'll put it up and we'll go to town and kind of clean things up underneath. All right, both vehicles are out. Up goes the Dakota. Okay, truck is in the air, and this is kind of what I wanted to tackle today. So up under here, I just wanted to freshen things up. If you guys remember from one of the last videos, when we were down under here doing the Beltec rear leaf spring or hanger kit, I wanted to continue cleaning things up. So I purchased some, I guess this is satin black. So satin black, and I kind of wanted to clean up the frame a bit more. This thing here, like I said, so this is a spare tire mechanism and it comes across here, but with our roll pan that's in the back, it just kind of stops. So it's here for no reason. It looks super crusty, and I just want to remove it. Honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to use it or need it, so let's take it out of here. The only interesting part is this is actually screwed from the top down. So there's a bolt on this side screwing down. This is like a welded in nut. Just for fun, I might stick my arm up here and see if I can remove these, but I think honestly I'm going to take the angle grinder and just zip these off, and then this should come out. There is a super crusty cotter pin in here that would release that from here, but I don't know, I might honestly just start cutting this thing apart to get it out of here because it doesn't look too good. It's weird though, like the rest of the truck looks good, it's just a couple surface rust spots, and this back panel, the inside of this, it's never had paint on it. So somebody was asking me in the comments if this thing is welded in. It's not. You can see it's free floating there, and then it just has two screws that are holding it in over there. So I could take this thing off, and I kind of wanted to because see how this thing goes flat across the back and then the plate just hangs down? I don't know why, but that for some reason bothers me a little bit. I like the one that comes down and kind of fills in and fills up for the plate. It kind of comes down into a V section in the middle. All this nonsense, again, this goes along with this thing. So this is the camera setup. So there was at some point a camera right here, and we took out the double din, so we're no longer going to use that. But that's the wiring, and whatever cutout is here for this weird camera thing, it doesn't fit what the stock like bulb thing would. So for now, I'm just using this just as a light because it has a little LED plate light in it, and that's why I haven't messed with this crappy wiring that's here from a previous installation. Other than that, I think that's mostly it. I think this is a ground wire. I'm guessing this must have went here at some point. I didn't disconnect it, but everything seems to work. So anyways, that's pretty much it. One good thing is out of all of our leaky stuff, this diff is not leaking. I still have to investigate the brakes. Maybe we'll tackle that today too. I want to see what's going on with these brakes. Maybe we'll pull a drum because there was some sort of squealing coming from the back end. We were doing a burnout, and I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's not in here. I'm hoping it's in the brakes because I did have kind of some squeaky brakes after doing the burnout. So I'm hoping that was what it was, but one thing at a time. A bunch of miscellaneous stuff that I want to work on today, and I want to spray all this, including the diff, all fresh black. I might hit it with a little wire brush first, like just to knock off some of this, but I pressure washed everything the other day under here, so it's all clean. I just want to clean it up. Okay, I wasn't expecting this to work, but it's actually a 13mm bolt, and I got it to crack loose, so I got one out. If I can get the other one to do the same, we'll just remove it. All right, we managed to get this one loose too somehow. I'm gonna try and pop out this little clip here. I have no idea if that thing's gonna slide out of there, but it looks like it might actually. Okay, we got some success, you guys. There is that silly thing. Okay, I can't seem to figure out a way to get this silly rod out of here. It's probably some sort of mind game that you could play to get it out, but I think what I'm gonna do is, in order to take it out the back, I'm gonna remove these two screws that are right here. Hopefully you can see those, that are holding this back pan on, and then just enough room so I can sneak it out between that gap between the tailgate and this pan. And there is this rusted piece of junk out of there too. So we just lost another 2 pounds at least. And now we got a lot more to do. Those two screws removed, it's just hanging from the inside. And that is gonna be just enough for me to get this crusty rod out of there. Okay, so I went ahead and put those two back in so that this is back in place and solid. And now I'm just gonna use a wire brush just on the areas that look a little flaky, like maybe that, just to knock off any loose parts. I know it's already clean, so I'm just gonna go quickly. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on it. It is the underside of the vehicle after all, but I'm trying to knock off any loose parts. Like if there's any parts that look like they're about to fall off. Again, this isn't a show truck. I don't think it ever will be. If it does, then we'll do a better job, but I just want it to be presentable, and I just want it to be clean, honestly. I'm gonna probably put in some cardboard in behind here so that I don't paint the underside of the bed. And then at some point, I'm probably gonna take the bed off, because I'm guessing we'll be getting into fuel pump stuff soon once we get some boost and stuff like that. So when we take the bed off to do the fuel pump, then I'll paint the top side of this afterwards as well. Here's the paint we're gonna use. It's Krylon rust protection. It's just satin enamel, so it's gonna be the same as over here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but same as we painted around the other areas where we put the hangers for the Beltec kit.
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul.
So here's where we're at. We got it mostly black down here. Looking pretty good. Don't mind this, eventually I'm gonna change it. I'm not gonna bother trying to paint the inside and risk spraying paint out through and onto the blue body. So I'm just gonna leave that for now, but it's looking pretty good down here. Up here is just cardboard that I was spraying on the back, so I'll pull that down. I am gonna take off the wheels right now so that I can get into the axle a little bit better, and I also wanna spray the tops of the leaves since I've been spraying those also, but I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out. I still have to hit this with a wire brush, knock off some loose junk, and then I can paint this as well. So I'll probably go just in front of the axle. I think that's probably about as far as I'll go, because things get pretty clean pretty quick. So it's not too bad. I mean, I could freshen it up all the way, but honestly for now I just want to deal with the back, since the back was horrendous looking. And at some point we'll have to attend to this ugly exhaust too, because I don't know what kind of work was done here, but it wasn't the greatest for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna pull off the wheels right now. I got the gun right there. We'll pull them off so we get better access and keep going. Right now I'm just wire brushing out a bunch of dirt and muck that's fallen out of here from who knows what kind of use or mud over the years. So just getting this somewhat clean. Like I said, it's gonna be hard to get it perfect with it all mounted on the truck, but get out a bunch of the debris, make it nice black wherever she doesn't stick, and dirt falls off, we'll paint it more black. Alright, so I'm ready to paint the rear axle, and when you look down, that is all the junk that I kind of scraped and used the wire brush and blew off and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be happy with how it's going to come out. Like I said, it's kind of hard to get it perfect, and we're not trying to achieve perfect. I just want it to be better looking than it is now, and I'll be happy with that. So also I'm going to paint the top of the leaves like I was mentioning, all through here. Probably paint this frame rail as well and across there. So let's get to it.
There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think the just walk by.
All right, so we got the whole back end painted now, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the truck down. So like I said, not anything too fancy or too crazy, but I just wanted to clean things up. So, and I'm out of paint at this point. So let's put it down and let's pop off at least one of these rear drums and see what the situation is underneath. All right, so I just removed that drum. I took off this wheel spacer that was on there. And normally you would have to adjust the drums in so that you can, or the shoes in so that you can get the drum off. I literally just grabbed the drum and it came off, and we're finding all sorts of exciting mysteries in here. This adjuster and the locking portion of it is just sitting here free floating. We got some chicken wire in there holding brake parts together, all sorts of exciting stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop off the other side, see if there's any other surprises. All right, guys, so this project actually extended a little bit more than I wanted it to. So I ended up, after kind of reviewing all that nonsense in the brakes and us missing the spring and having that weird thing in there on both sides and the adjusters and all that stuff, I did myself a favor and went and bought all the right parts. So I've got all the springs, I've got the new adjusters, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and install all of this. I also got some new shoes, got some more black paint too, some brake cleaner, and I'm gonna paint the drums as well. The drums actually aren't in bad shape, it's just the shoes. So there's not even a ridge. So one of the easy ways to tell on the drums if they're worn out is to see if there's a lip here, which would indicate that they've been worn out quite a bit. So they are not. So I'm gonna keep using them because they're pretty expensive, honestly, these drums. I think it's because there's so much steel. They're like something crazy, like 40 or 50 bucks a piece just for cheap ones. So those ones are okay. We'll just put some new hardware and shoes in them and we'll be off. So this will be a separate video, but I'll recap as we go because I want to make a dedicated brake changing video, so just the shoes and stuff like that. So I'll make that, but I'll show you guys kind of the in behind the scenes here right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, paint those black, both drums, and we'll put our brakes on. One thing to note is just the way that this cable goes on. My vehicle was installed incorrectly. You'll see this actual spring with the cable. You want to hook it on the actual spring onto the mechanism. So mine was perpendicular. You just want to put that little hook right there around here. Okay, so we got new drum brakes installed on both sides. We painted the drums, and I'll show you on this side as well. Same deal, painted the drums since the drums are still good, made everything look fresh, and everything's looking a million times better. Look at that. So we'll go ahead, put our drum back on, and we can put our wheels back on. Just before we put it down though, couldn't go without putting a little bit of black paint on the frame up here. Just cleaning things up a little bit. Just being careful not to spray where it'll look funny later, but at least in here, just cleaning up this grunge a little bit, because all in the back frame now all looks good too, so why not give the front a little bit of fanciness. It's kind of, I can kind of get away with this too right now because I don't have any fancy shocks up here or nothing, so if I hit the old Dodge shocks for now, I'm okay with it. So let's do the other side too. Let's put it back down on the ground. So somehow this turned into a cleaning day, and all the spots are because I was hosing out the whole garage, cleaning everything. I'm washing all the vehicles and even going in so far as cleaning the garage doors. So I don't know, just felt like cleaning everything once the Dakota was cleaned up too. I don't know if that got me on a cleaning spree, but I'm gonna just wrap things up and keep cleaning.
There goes a sight from my soul.
So after washing the vehicles and cleaning the garage, I went for a drive to the gym in the Dakota, and I wanted to check all my leaks and whatnot, and we do still have one tiny leak culprit. So if you look right there. It is just ever so slightly wet on the bottom of that thread from the transmission line cooler. So up top, I double checked our seal that we replaced up here. This one's not leaking now. It's not coming from up there. I double checked. It's coming right just a tiny bit from the bottom of that transmission line where that fitting enters into the transmission. And it's causing this to just be wet just a tiny bit. Like, so you can see that bolt tiny bit wet, but that is pretty much it. So I have one more tiny leak to fix, it looks like, but other than that, we're pretty clean down here now. I just got one last one. It can never be easy. I'm hoping I can take that one apart without draining a bunch of fluid, because that would suck. I'm not sure where the fluid level is in the transmission for that thing to just come guzzling out when we try to seal up that fitting. So we'll tackle that one next. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today. That was a long day for me, and just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that we had to get done, and finally got most of it done. So we got the frame painted, did all that stuff, got the rear axle painted, got the new brakes on there, lots of stuff. So anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're stopping in for the first time. Also, click that join button. You guys can support me and the channel by clicking on join, and you guys can join Team Boosted Motorsports. There's a bunch of perks, but you guys can see that when you click on the button. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.